In February of 2015, I had been experiencing some severe shortness of breath and fatigue with things as easy as walking up the stairs, or any workouts at the gym were causing a lot of shortness of breath, and to the point of where I felt like I was going to pass out.
You know, we were aware of Meredith's mother's past, obviously, and so the issue of pulmonary hypertension was always sort of in the back of our minds. But it really sort of came to the forefront that night in February after they ruled out a heart attack and heart disease. Pulmonary arterial hypertension in its simplest form is elevated blood pressure in your lungs.
Currently, there is no cure for pulmonary hypertension. I've always been active in learning about pH since my mom passed away in 1992, so I've always kind of been a little involved, donating here and there, and staying really up to date with the prognosis of the disease itself. When the diagnosis came down that I now had PAH, I knew that I needed to do something bigger to help other families.
She was as equally committed to helping others as she was to seeking out her own care. It was pretty overwhelming to see her fight sort of rise up past herself and onto others. And so we knew we needed to do something more to sort of fuel that fight in her, and that's where Blue Lips sort of originated from. And within that, we knew that the biggest area of need in this disease was making sure that these types of patients were diagnosed as early as possible. The Blue Lips Foundation is governed by a board of directors that's made up of Meredith and myself and 5 other Des Moines area medical and business professionals, and it's also comprised of a scientific council that sort of governs and assists us with research grant applications from universities and from researchers around the country who want funding from Blue Lips. So those folks can tell us whether or not there's some ground to be made with those grants. The goal, of course, is to make sure that folks who have pulmonary hypertension are diagnosed as early as possible, because with all the advancements in the therapies that are available today, they do us no good if folks are diagnosed too late in the game.
When we first broke ground and started publicizing Blue Lips Foundation, it was very overwhelming to me, the amount of people in central Iowa, or just in Iowa in general, that reached out to me, either thanking us that there was finally something local.
I think we've received messages, notes, calls from most states across the country at this point, and from countries in Canada to Europe, with folks expressing their gratitude for bringing light to this subject and this topic within that community. My definition of a hero is someone who stares adversity in the face, regardless of the situation, and tackles it head on, and along the way lifts up others. And she certainly epitomizes that.